How is that both beautiful and nasty at the same time? Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another episode of The Last of Us. We are now on to episode 5, which is called Endure and Survive. So I'm sorry, this is a little bit late. I'm a little behind. I know this came out on Friday, but unfortunately I just was not able to shift my schedule to get to it sooner. So here we are. But anyhow, the last episode was a nice respite from the usual heart-wrenching, soul-rendering fodder we get from this show. We got to see some really nice bonding between Joel and Ellie. Both of them are letting their walls down and starting to see each other for more than just smuggler and cargo, shall we say. And we had some really nice funny moments and light moments, but that was tempered by the two of them running into this town where this group of rebels, I guess we'll call them, because they're not Fedra, they're not Fireflies, but they are running this town and they are looking for someone named Henry. And Kathleen, who seems to be leading this group, she seems to be hell-bent on getting her hands on Henry. And this might be, well, again, she thinks that he is connected with the death of her brother, and now she believes that Joel and Ellie are somehow working with him. So unfortunately, Joel and Ellie have just walked into trouble they did not ask for, and towards the end of the episode we see that it looks like Henry and Sam found them. Poor Joel, with his slightly deaf ear, was not able to hear them sneak up on them, but they are now in the same boat very much, because this Kathleen person, it wants them all dead. So at this point I think it's pretty clear that it'll make more sense for them to work together than against each other, but we'll have to see how it goes as the episode progresses. So I'm ready to jump in. But before I do, if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I do reactions to shows like this here, as well as anime and movies and all kinds of other good stuff. So if you were interested in watching me do that, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And if you like this video, I'd appreciate it so much if you showed some love to that like button as well. It keeps the mushroom heads at bay. It keeps all of us safe if you join the family, because you know what? It's better to have the whole fam watching your back instead of just you, right? Okay. Anyhow, it also helps people to see this video and show the algorithm some love, which I appreciate. And the same goes for those of you who've been here before. Welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back. If you have not subscribed yet, I would love it if you did today, because we'd love to have you. All right, that out of the way, guys, let's get into episode 5 right about now. Oh, freedom. I couldn't hear what they said. You know, I think it's always interesting when it comes to these, Rage Against the Machine situations. Clearly, Fedra was not great for everybody, but they did provide a level of protection. Wow. Wow. Oh, damn. Okay, this group is not playing. Humanity at its finest. So this is what happened. Oh, okay, so they're collaborators because they don't want to participate in the horrible behavior of you just doing that to Fedra officers. Pretty sure some of them are just doing their jobs. I heard that the little actor here was actually, he's deaf in real life. I think it's so amazing that the show included an actor with his abilities. Oh, look at you. Aren't you tough? Don't think that that baby voice fools me, sis. I know you evil.
Watching us hang so that you could get medicine, alcohol, fucking apples.
Honey, it's an apocalypse. An apple might as well be 100 pounds of gold.
How does it make you feel now?
Oh, Kathleen, you're going to go down.
Where is Henry?
What benefit have you given them to give him up?
Kill them.
He's with Edel's team.
Wow. You know they're going to kill you anyway, right?
Kansas City is free.
Yeah, as they sit on the floor of a cold cell.
He's not my 7th priority, Perry. Is that what he is to you?
Well, survival should be your number 1, but okay. Sir, yup.
When you're done, burn the bodies. It's faster.
Y'all really gonna let Karen send you all to hell, huh? Okay. That's the part that always galls me, is when people claim that they're riding against the system, but then they become even worse than the people that ran the system before them. I understand that Fedra clearly did some horrible things, but why go after the other people, the people who did what they did to survive the same way you probably had to? But as they say, these types of situations always bring out the true nature of people. And we all know Kathleen was that person who used to call the cops on people at barbecues. That was so cute. Did you see how Sam looked at Henry?
So we'll sneak our way out.
We?
Oh.
Gramps does not look like he's able to make it.
Is he scared? Yeah.
Yes!
He's scared because you're scared.
That's true. He was looking at you when you bursted through that door. He's watching you. But you're right. Oh. I love that they have an extra sketch for him. That's right. Super Sam. Kids read a lot more than just your face, sir. They pick up on body language before anything else. Oh, guys. I am already emotionally attached to both of these people. Not good. The tears are welling already. Oh, well, they weren't fans of Fedra either. Sam had some ideas. I know, son, but you can see there's no food. What you want him to do? Oh, there's one left. Yeah, I don't know how I'd do with food rationing, to be 100%. I don't eat a lot anyway, truthfully, but I just feel like as soon as I can't have it. He's not coming back. Okay, he's hangry. Okay, he's not even hungry now. He's hangry. He's asking valid questions, though. Draw away your hunger, son. Draw food. Maybe that will help. Yeah. I think Sam figured that out already. I think you already know the answer to that question if you're asking. Sorry, sweetie. These people suck. Kathleen has to go down. She made Sam upset. I don't care. I don't care. Kathleen's got to go down and it's got to hurt. Dead ass. Oh, he's the one who did it. Y'all, I do not think I'm emotionally stable enough for this episode. Also, are you sure that's non-toxic paint? It's near his eyes. But I like that he did that, right? Superhero mask makes him feel brave, which cannot be easy in this situation. So that was Joel and Ellie. Wow, they were that close? It's crazy. Oh, new face. He's like, okay. I wonder if Joel saw him. Probably not. All right, he's like, okay. Enemy, my enemy, right? He's like, this is not a game. Oh my gosh, thank God they're empty.
We don't want to hurt you. We want to help you.
Okay.
But since he saw you shooting.
I don't know what the next step is with something like this, but if I lower my gun, we didn't hurt you, so you don't hurt us. Right?
That's a deal.
That's a weird fucking tone, man.
That's just the way he sounds. He has an asshole voice. Joe, tell him he's okay.
It's true. But Joel
Everything's great.
Dude.
Fuck.
Joel can't help it. He hates everyone.
But if either of you guys try anything, yeah?
Honey, if you were going to do something, you would have done it already.
I'm the most wanted man in Kansas City. Although right now, my guess is you're running a close second.
True.
Where'd you get these?
From Bill.
Who's Bill?
He's dead.
Oh, well, context.
I'm Ellie.
Humans socialize, Joel.
But you're not Fedra.
No, I'm a collaborator.
At least he admits it.
I know the city, and that's how I'm gonna help you get out.
If there's anything a rat's going to do, it's going to save his own hide. Come on, Joel.
I show the way. You clear the way.
It's a win-win. Uh-oh. Joel's like, damn it, they're bonding. He's been teaching him, okay?
Boom.
Kansas City has a subway?
No, but they do have maintenance tunnels. They're infected, just not on the surface. Fedra drove them underground 15 years ago and never let them come back up. Everyone thinks that it's full of infected, including Kathleen, which means that we're not going to be running into any of her people.
That would explain the rippling floor.
It's empty.
You've been down there.
No, but the Fedra guy that I worked with told me
I'm glad that he's honest.
maybe there's one or two, but you handle it.
What if there's more?
Or one of those blind ones that sees like a bat.
Wait, you ran into a clicker,
2 of them.
and you're still alive.
Name drop.
You see?
Exactly. You proved my point. We're good.
But as far as I could tell, it's your only shot.
The only other way is you kill everybody else here, Joel, and we all know that's not going to go well.
They're saying they're going to help us escape.
That's right. He's like, I believe you. You know you got no other options, Joel. Henry, be smart. This is why Kathleen wants him gone. She knows he's smart. What building did they have to filthify to this point, and who had to clean it up?
This should be it.
Oh, is this the same building with the...
It's empty. The plan is good.
Shh.
Plan is good.
Yeah.
We've been down here 2 seconds.
Thank you.
Don't know anything.
Sir.
I'm not
my
her
dad.
Just point your light forward.
Are you sure, Ellie? I appreciate the optimism, I do, but let's just relax here, buddy. Take it from the man with the murderous tone. There's a reason why he's that bitter.
No.
Yeah, you gotta listen to Joel. We don't know what's behind that door. Don't let the pretty pictures fool you. A lot could have happened since those were painted and they don't look fresh. Wow, so there were kids bunkered down here for a while. Where are they now? I don't think I want to know the answer. Thank you for playing with him, Ellie. He is a child.
I have issues.
I'm assuming
4,
that Sam does
5,
not lip
6,
read.
11.
That's such a smart thing for him to have, by the way. So much more efficient than paper.
Endure. Survive.
Ah,
Endure.
episode
Survive.
title. Look at
Fuck
Ellie
yeah,
learning.
man.
Okay, ow, God, he's a child, Ellie.
Wouldn't be so bad to wait the light out a bit. Safer in shadows when we pop back out on the other side.
I would say not moving in broad daylight is a good idea, unfortunately. See, if I was playing the game, definitely waiting for the day because I hate playing at night. But in this situation, it definitely makes more sense for them to go at night. Oh, Henry's so happy.
I shouldn't have said what I said. I don't know your situation.
Thank you.
Never selfish. And he's always forgiving.
That must be your brother.
Sam, he got sick. Leukemia. There was one drug that worked, and it belonged to Fedra. And if I wanted some, I was gonna take something big.
I get it. Kathleen wants an eye for an eye or a brother for a brother in this case.
So, still think they should take it easy on me? Or am I the bad guy?
That is not an easy moral question.
But you get it, though. You might not be her father, but you were someone's.
Oh,
See, I could tell.
whoo! Not him reading you like a book. He's like, damn it, I was trying to be mysterious. Such an interesting question. It's completely about morality. Like, do you choose your brother over someone else? And that's a really hard moral question to answer because a lot of us say that we wouldn't make the wrong choice. But in this world where Sam is all he's got left, and truthfully, I'm pretty sure that if little Miss Kathleen got off her high horse, I don't think she would have made a different choice either. I think she would have protected her brother over Sam.
When Michael and I were little,
Oh, God.
this room seemed so big.
I'm just not going to empathize with you, Kathleen. I mean, I get it. Now that we know the story, I get it. But I just can't empathize with you. You're still hunting a child. So, And the part that's crazy is that I understand her anger at Henry, but it's like, you already killed the people who killed your brother. So what more can Henry give you? Do you feel any better? She clearly doesn't.
He would be horrified by the things I've done.
Yes, he would. I'm glad you know that.
He told me to forgive. And what did he get for that?
His choice.
He didn't change anything. You did.
Hmm.
We're with you.
Interesting. Here I thought he had some sense, but he's crazy too. Now y'all can die. Yeah, I see the point of that scene, but I just can't empathize with her because if her own brother said that I understand why this person did this, like I get that it's her feelings to have, but as I said, you'd think she'd be smart enough to figure out that she's killed all these Fedra officers and she still doesn't feel right, so it's clearly not doing anything. That we know of.
My plan worked.
Shh.
So much goddamn talking.
Exactly.
Go down the street, embankment behind the last house.
You just jinxed it, Henry. Why would you jinx it?
Well, we're going to Wyoming. What?
Also, he's like, you're talking too much talking.
No, he'll change his mind. Trust me. This is how it goes. He's like, no, LA, never, ever happening.
She does have your number, Joel.
Times, and he's like, what?
Talking too damn much. Joel told y'all to be quiet.
Go. What are you doing? Get the fuck out of here! Oh shit! What do we do?
Now you're asking for help? Also, you're assuming he's alone, Joel. Or she. What's up, Grandpa Moses?
And then stay up here for another hour. That's all you have to do.
Grandpa Moses looks like he want to die. That was Joel. I was about to say, he knew he was going to do something stupid.
Anthony, hold them where they are. We're almost there.
Run! That's why he was trying. That's why he had crap aim. Not because he actually had crap aim. Oh my God, let's go. You're shooting at that, Joel? The tank? You need to shoot at the cars behind it. What is it with you and these guns jamming? Joel, you're killing me. There you go. Keep running. Get up, Ellie. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up, Ellie. Ellie, get your ass up. Yay for boom boom. Wait, is that Ellie? Get up. Take out Kathleen. Come on, Joel. Let's go. Let's go. That's right. Cover them, Joel.
That's all right. Doesn't matter.
Oh no. Sam's shaking. You need to die.
You don't understand.
But I do. I know why you did what you did.
I just don't care because I'm evil.
Kids die, Henry. They die all the time. You think the whole world revolves around him?
Does it think the whole world revolves around your brother? Ooh, the symbolism. Black man with his hands up. Uh-oh. That's sinking, you guys. That's not good. That's sinking. It's not normal. Okay, y'all just stand there and look. Run! Oh my God, run! God is giving you an out. Run! That's your comeuppance, Kathleen. Okay, bye. Bye. Run, run, run. Let's go. Oh my God. Oh my God, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Please stop. Why are you not running yet? Yes, go. Go, 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 go. No, don't hide. Run. Come on, Kathleen. You're such a badass. Y'all. Someone get Kathleen, for the love of God. Get Kathleen. No. Kathleen doesn't get to live. What was that? Not abomination rising from the grave. Yeah, that's you, Kathleen. That's all you. Let's get Henry first. Okay, bitch. Take care of it now. Yes. Kathleen next, please. Come. That's right. Coming for you, girl. You could have protected your people. You out here in the middle of the night.
Run!
You see how God came in and bye. That's what you get too for protecting her. You deserve that shit. No empathy for you. That's a child. Oh, we ain't got no acrobatic clickers now. That's creepy. No, nope, it's a no. Nope, 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 nope. That was terrifying. And look at Joel's like, I'm only going to protect Ellie, but Ellie's going to protect Henry. Look at this badass duo. Thanks for that. Oh, God. My anxiety. My anxiety. Really, Kathleen? That's what you get. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, beat her ass. Beat her ass. Beat her ass. In Black History Month, you were going to do that. That was God. That was God. Goodbye, Karen. Now you killed all these people. You killed all those people. So you lucky you died. See, if you listen to your brother and you just forgiven, you'd be alive right now.
It's easier when you're a kid anyway.
It's not. The trauma just comes out later.
Endure and survive.
Endure and survive. That shit's redundant.
Yeah, it's not great. Look, I don't know exactly how I'm getting to Wyoming. I'm probably walking.
Look at Joel softening up. Ellie read him like a book.
I read you. You came from here.
You know he can read, right? Every day. All the time.
All the time.
I think that's everyone's ultimate fear. But for her to feel that at 14, that's a lot.
It's still you inside.
Oh. And as far as we know, the answer is no.
My blood is medicine.
Oh, honey, I don't think it works like that. We don't know that it works like that. And you can't do a transfusion. Honey, no, there's so many other things that could go wrong with this. Infection, blood rejection. His immune system's already going into overdrive. I mean, I appreciate that she wants to try. I don't know. I just don't see it working. But I can understand that she doesn't exactly want Joel to take care of it either, which is exactly what he would do. How is that both beautiful and nasty at the same time? Oh. This moment is so hard because she should tell the adults, but I understand why she's not. And I feel like Sam kind of needs this right now, especially because he's been sick before. Ugh, God, this show hitting me in the feels. I'm with Ellie. I just want to cuddle him. You fell asleep? Ellie! I mean, I guess you're safe, but still. Is he twitching? I need to see his face. How long did they say bottom? Damn it. Henry. Henry. Oh, honey. It shouldn't have had to be like that. Henry, no. Henry, no.
What did I do? What did I do?
You did what you
What did I
had to.
do?
I mean, I know it was a reflex, but you did what you had to do. Sam was gone, honey.
Give me the gun, Henry. Give me the gun.
Henry, no!
Whew.
Which way's west?
Yeah, let's keep going. Unfortunately, you gotta let her process the way she's gonna process. Joel, at least for now, she's seen a lot of loss recently. This wasn't your fault, hun. The part that pisses me off more than anything about all of this is that it still feels like Kathleen won in some twisted way. Oh, Ellie and Joel are so alike. See the way she just compartmentalized her grief, kept going. Okay, guys, that was episode 5 of The Last of Us, and called Endure and Survive. And that's really just the theme of this entire game, really. But I feel like it's also going to be the theme of this season as well. The world that they live in now is one where, unfortunately, you are kind of in survival mode 90% of the time. And every so often you might get moments of levity and joy, but they're almost quickly or immediately tampered by the immediacy of survival. And so they kind of get pulled back down into that again. And again, just like with the first episode, I knew who these characters were and I knew how the storyline is. It's interesting. It's the way this show is so masterful at making you fall in love with and care about these characters in just one episode is crazy, because typically a lot of shows, I've seen shows that have tried for seasons to make people really latch onto a character and still struggle with it. And this show does it in, how long was this? Like 50 minutes? Each episode literally could be a solo movie almost on its own for how well that they're done. But going into the main things of this episode, we have the history of how Kansas City QZ went down. Turns out that they had a reputation for being a particularly cruel QZ, unfortunately, which would explain why the Liberators were so visceral in their revenge. I said in the beginning of the episode that I think it's very dangerous, the revenge path, because I'm not saying, most of the time people don't react just for the sake of reacting. Like, clearly Fedra had done a lot of wrong to the people in Kansas City, and that is why so many of them felt the need to go to the levels that they did. Again, I don't know that they did everything like that to all the officers, or if there were some particular perpetrators that maybe deserved a little bit more than others. But even when we think about what happened to Kathleen's brother, the fact that they beat him to death, that's a very unnecessary way to kill somebody, especially in a world like the one they lived in. They could, if they wanted to execute him, they could have done it like a hanging, horrible, but at least, you usually die immediately. There's a lot of ways that they could have made it quick and painless, and they chose to make it a long, drawn out process. So that lets you know what kind of people were in Fedra, in the Kansas City anyways. So I understand why the people felt the need to revolt. But as I've said, there is a fine line, though, between getting justice and getting revenge. And the difference is that justice is about getting to a point where there's an evening of the scales. Revenge is about causing more damage than the person who offended you or the person that hurt you. And that's what Kathleen and her people were about. They were about just making people suffer, like we saw with the collaborators that were all in the pen. They'd rounded them up, they'd beaten them, they had them sitting on the floor in a cold cell, basically contemplating the fact that they were going to die. Like, that was cruel. It was unnecessary. Like, I understand, but if you can step back from it a bit and look at the situation, like, the reason that a lot of those collaborators were collaborators was not because they wanted to be, but because they were being threatened. Their own lives were being threatened if they didn't collaborate. And a lot of us love to think that we'd be noble enough to say, oh, I would never. But if you've never been put in that position, I would never judge somebody for that, because I would like to think that my principles would say I would never do something, but I've never been in a position where I've had to choose between someone that I loved, living or dying, and doing something that's against what I would normally do. And as I said, in this world of The Last of Us, like, people are dwindling as a population. Human people that are not infected are dwindling. So the connections you have, especially with people you care about, your family, etc., are going to mean so much more than they possibly would in a situation like today, where the chances of them being harmed is very, very small. So anyway, it was good to get that backstory onto how we got to this place and to realize it was fresh. Like, I thought that maybe this had happened some time ago, but as Henry said, it had just been a little over a week since they had taken down the QZs. So a lot of the emotions were still high, clearly, and they were still very angry and hyped up and ready to just, exact revenge, which is probably why they were so willing to look the other way at the idea of possibly taking the life of a child, right? Because with Henry, okay, like, I don't agree with it, I don't like it, but okay, he was an adult who made a decision. But Sam is innocent. Sam was literally innocent. But anyway, we see at least that was the situation, how we got here. And I really like that we got the backstory as well from Henry, basically talking about the morality of his decision and the fact that, because we didn't know much about Kathleen's brother, we just heard that he'd been beaten to death, which is horrible. But then we found out that apparently he really was someone who helped out the people who were oppressed by Fedra. He was someone who all the community looked up to. And even Henry, as he said, like, he condemned himself for what he did. He's like, I didn't feel like it was the right decision. I knew what this decision was going to do. But as he said, his last living family member was dying and there was an opportunity to save him. And he made a choice that was, yes, selfish. But as I said, a lot of us, I think, many of us would make that same decision. I don't think it's a situation you can easily say there's a right or wrong answer to. That's why it's a moral dilemma. And I mean, in the end, too, when we saw that Kathleen's little wingman there, when she said, well, your brother was a great guy, but he's not the one who changed things, you did. That says to me that while, of course, the death of a good person, for all intents and purposes, the death of an innocent person is terrible, but it looks to me like his death wasn't necessarily the big, I guess, I don't know, how do I say it? I don't want to minimize it, but I'm just saying it sounds like the impact was not as great to the overall resistance and rebellion, etc., as Kathleen and her effect, if that makes sense. So when you look at the whole situation, it's kind of like you have a grown man here who is making a decision to be a resistance fighter. And then you've got Henry, who's got a minor, who's got a chance at surviving in this world. I don't know. Like I said, it's very morally gray. I don't want to get into it because I feel like there's no way for me to say it without making it sound like I'm saying this is right or wrong. It was a hard decision. And like, as I said, many of us would have probably done the same thing that Henry did. And again, I think Henry knew. It was just interesting to see how that situation came about and how Henry was already judging himself for it. But he'd already made the decision. And at this point, keeping Sam alive was really his mission in life because he had sacrificed so much, his conscience, his morality, and then inevitably someone's life to keep Sam around. And so I think I understand why he was so desperate to keep him alive at all costs and really just put a lot of his life purpose into keeping this kid safe and letting him grow up and have a life. So by the time Joel showed up and Ellie, here was an opportunity. And I really like that. There's so many good script writing choices in this episode, all of them really, but this one where he's talking to Joel, he says to him, look, I'm going to be real with you. Like, you can judge me all you want, but the reality is I'm not a killer. I don't go around hurting people like that. However, I know that you're someone who, if you've made it all the way out here, you clearly know how to get the job done. And me and Sam need help because we don't have that kind of skills. So let's collaborate. My knowledge, your muscle, let's do it. And, Joel, of course, trying to keep himself once again protected, but also being very wary of anybody. Didn't like it. But in the end, I think Sam was absolutely the catalyst for allowing that to happen. I loved as well another great script choice where Henry says to him, like, I know you're a father, maybe not now, but you were, I can tell. And that's why I know that you're going to take good care of us. And I was just like, damn, like the way that he just read Joel and that protectiveness, just a lot of great moments in this episode, a lot of cute moments between Sam and Ellie, Ellie again, just getting to stop being this orphan with a purpose on this road trip from hell and get to just have some fun and play with somebody and let that youthful side of her come out again. But anyways, in the end, we saw our first bloater. The first bloater of the season. That is the term. They didn't say it in this episode, but Ellie did loosely refer to them back in episode 2 about, these giant ones that can throw spores. Well, now you've seen it. So we pretty much covered most of the type of mushroom faces we're going to see. But yeah, that was crazy in the end. And I kind of really love that the show had it where Kathleen and her people ended up paying the price for Kathleen choosing to ignore that she saw that issue happening rather than, take her people to safety, because she could have set everybody up, gotten them to higher ground, got them set up for a situation where that ground, because she knew it was going to happen. That rippling floor was a warning that at some point it was going to collapse and all those infected were going to come back. She wanted to go on a revenge quest. And as I said, this is why revenge is so dangerous. Besides the fact that it often makes you into a much worse person than whoever it is you're taking revenge against, it usually makes you blind. And that's what happened. Her blindness led to the death of all the people she cared about. and probably the rest of the people who were in the rest of Kansas City. And in the end, she didn't even get to exact her revenge. So anyway, super sad there. And then we had the last, once they finally got out, I really love how they did that last scene too, with Joel being the person to kind of protect them from above while they tried to navigate below. That was terrifying, by the way. So many of them, plus that bloater, which is still out there. Let's not forget, they did not get a chance to take that sucker down before they left. We also saw that in that ending scene before, in the hotel, just Joel softening up the way that Ellie predicted. She said to him, remember when she invited them to Wyoming, and he was mad at first, like, why are you telling them we're not taking them with us? But she said, oh, he'll grumble, but if you keep asking, he'll cave. And that's exactly what happened, right? Joel started to care about them because he is naturally, intrinsically, he's a protector, and he wanted to continue to protect these two. And also he saw that Henry tried to protect Ellie as well, which probably went a long way for him. But we see that Joel invited them to come along, and Henry was planning to, but unfortunately Sam got bitten. And Sam chose not to tell his brother. And I think that's a huge thing in itself. I'm not going to talk too much more about it because this has already been a long review, but I think it's very interesting, his choice not to tell not to tell Henry about his bite. He clearly knew when it happened, the second that it happened. But I think part of it was fear of how his brother would have to handle it. But the fact that he had already been sick to the brink of death, and his brother had to make a huge, horrible choice to save his life, one that sadly put them in this position now where they're being hunted by people that used to look out for them. That would have weighed on Sam even if he didn't say it, right? That would definitely be something he probably thought about a lot and just didn't communicate. And now when he got bitten, I think on some level, Sam probably knew that his brother would have probably done all kinds of crazy things to try to stop the inevitable, which was, of course, what you have to do, the infected, right? And we saw him ask that question to Ellie of, are you still you even after you're infected? And I think he just wanted to give himself a last minute thought of, well, maybe I won't be this terrible person. Like if my brother ends up trying to take care of me, maybe I'll still be in there somewhere. And then we have Ellie, who tries to desperately save him. She thinks, okay, well, I'm immune, so maybe if I give him some of my blood, it'll kill it. But sad reality is, like I said, I love that she took the initiative, and I love that she wants to help people. It says a lot about Ellie's character, but I just love that, Ellie really tried to save him, and also the fact that she knew intrinsically what was going to happen. She knew that Joel had it in him to do the hard thing after seeing what happened with Tess, and she wasn't ready for that. She wasn't ready to see this little boy have his journey end there like that. So the fact that she was willing, she said, I'm going to stay with you, I'm going to set up with you and see if this works. And she fell asleep. Bless her. And then it turned out that it didn't work out. And, I think that just really broke her heart, because I think there's a mindset with Ellie around what her blood and what her immunity might mean. And this was her first test of whether or not that might be true. Again, it's not valid for a lot of reasons, but in her mind, I think she's thinking, wow, I tried to use this thing that I have and maybe it didn't work. And what does that mean? And am I still important? I feel like there's a question we might see her explore in the next episode, but I think that was her first litmus test to see if her immunity actually is going to be something good for humanity. And the fact that it didn't work for Sam, I think, is going to raise some questions for her. But of course, then we had the ending where Henry sees what happens, and he sees what's happening, and you can tell it was a reflex, right? He just reflectively did what sadly needed to be done. But, there's a huge question of whether or not should he have been the one to do it? Should Joel have been the one to do it? It was just so sudden, and he didn't even have time to really process that he was about to do what he was doing. And when it hit him and he saw the blood running out on the floor, and I think the way they shot that was so well done, that's when it hit him like, oh my gosh, this reason, this purpose that I've had since this whole thing started. And again, coming back to, I traded a life for my brothers, someone I cared about, someone, like he said, I would have followed to the end of the earth. I traded that life to save this life, and now I just took it. Like, we don't know, we'll never know what happened, but I feel like a million thoughts went through his mind in that moment. But that was a lot to emotionally process in one moment. And even if it hadn't ended the way that it did, I don't think that Henry would have recovered, to be honest. Like, in this world, in the way that it was, I don't think he would have been okay after that. So very sad. But yeah, another fantastic episode, if not absolutely heartbreaking. And we got Joel and Ellie on their way. Again, no vehicle, very little supplies, but another hard lesson. And like I said, we'll have to see how they process what happened with these two, but also what they're going to do now, because Kansas City is still a long way from Wyoming. So I'm looking forward to seeing where we're going to go from here. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this along with me. And if you made it to the end of this very long review, please give this video a thumbs up, and we will see you in the next video.